Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's no secret to anyone who watches this program that we've on a mission to make certain that the letter A is in STEM so that it becomes STEAM. And the reason is the contribution that the arts make to society. And if any of you play musical instruments, paint, write, whatever it is, then you know that it starts at a very young age. Along about 2 years ago, through a mutual friend, Steve Medeiros, I met Peter Nelson, who's very involved with a group called Friends of Music, right here in Saratoga Springs, to help budding musicians and artists sort of learn what it's like to express themselves and how to express themselves and to help them express themselves. So welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Jesse.
Really nice to have you here.
It's great to be back.
Boy, that really is probably 2 years ago, maybe even longer than that you and I met.
Right, when Mark Wood was first in town.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's exactly right. The crazy violinist. I think we can get away with saying that. Let's in case some of the viewers don't know about Friends of Music, tell us a bit about it.
Sure, we started about 3 years ago, and we are the booster club for the Saratoga Springs City School District's music program. So much like an athletic booster club, we're there to support the program, which means student resources, the teachers, and just getting the word out to let everybody know what all the great work that the kids do and students do.
You know, and we are at a very impressionable time during those years, right? Where, you know, I remember my parents saying, well, play that musical instrument now and get it out of your system. Here I am decades later, and the first thing I can't wait to do when I go home is pick up a guitar or play the piano. And you certainly know he's quite an accomplished musician too, Peter. So in doing so, how do you recognize the needs for the students?
Well, the Student Assistance Fund that we're getting going will be basically, we're taking our cue from the teachers.
Yeah, sure.
They're the boots on the ground. They know these kids really well. They know what they need. So by listening to them, we can help them to help the students. And we want to keep those kids in the music program for as long as possible. And as you said, around middle school, there's a lot of pressure to get ready for high school.
Right.
There's competition with AP classes, other events. So we want to do everything we can to make sure the kids know what a good and fun investment it is up front, and then it'll pay long-term dividends.
You know what? And that could be any number of different things that we might even take for granted. Maybe a student needs a reed for an instrument. They might need strings for a guitar. They might need some clothing because they're going to go out and perform. You'd be amazed at what the needs that the teachers identify in these students. And the goal, of course, is to make certain that these students stay with the program. You know, both Peter and I have backgrounds that can attest to the following piece of this conversation. There's a direct correlation between a student performing, playing a musical instrument, and their cognitive skills.
Absolutely. It's scientifically proven using functional MRI, fMRI, that when a student is singing or playing an instrument, that both sides of the brain are equally stimulated, which is very different than other activities. So physiologically, the neurons are getting rewired, and the brain is just more robust and stronger. So we want to encourage that, because the reality is most of these kids are not going to end up on the Billboard Top 10, assuming that's still around.
Yeah, right.
But they're going to be researching renewable energy. They're going to be trying to find a cure for cancer. They're going to try to get clean water. And all those skills and all of that brain power, that's what we want to harness so that they can do whatever it is they want to do in their life. And music can be the foundation for that. It's like the catalyst for all the learning that goes on.
I think that's really well said. It really is the catalyst. I've experienced it myself and had many of my students and many of the people I've worked with over the years really attest to that fact. Now, we have a benefit concert that's coming up to raise money for this Student Assistance Fund for the Friends of Music. And it's Saturday, June 17th. Which I'm doing the math correctly. Notice I used the word math.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I'm impressed. Is right before Father's Day, so it's a reason to get Dad.
That's right. Father's Day Eve. Come on out.
Okay, tell us about the concert.
We have over 30 alumni performers from as far back as 1964 until last year, 2016. About 21 different acts, and it ranges from soloists doing material you would know and some of their original compositions. Cole Yepsen and Leah Woods come to mind, some of our young performers. And then we have some small ensembles. We've got a jazz quartet that reunited from being together in 2012. We've got Larry Levine has his drumming ensemble, and we have this Celtic fusion super mashup group that Maura McNamara is leading, and she's one of the teachers in the district, so she's wonderful. And
What
Carrie
about
Trimmings
the
also.
what about the sitar?
We have a sitarist coming. He studied in India. And we also have a professional tuba player who's done this for his entire career, and he's got some great stories to tell about how music helped him, kept him out of trouble, and really made his life what it is today.
You know what? If you can keep track of what he just said, you're talking about over 21 different just interpretations of art and performance in duets and in ensembles and solo and in original music. It's like $10 a ticket or something, or bring the whole family, it's like $25 or something, right? And all of this money is going to go into the Student Assistance Fund, which now Peter and his team have identified this fund to help the teachers supply the students with their needs to stay with this program and keep that A in STEM, for STEAM.
Right, and we're also doing an instrument collection night too. So if parents have some old instruments in there, bring them in. We'll try to get them refurbished and put them back in the hands of students that need them now.
Peter, really hats off to you and everybody involved with Friends of Music. What a wonderful organization. So this concert to benefit the Student Assistance Program is Saturday, June 17, right at the main auditorium at Saratoga Springs High School, which is out West Avenue in Saratoga. Boy, make it a point. Where else would you get to hear 20-something musicians come up, all different age groups, alumni and young ones and older ones, come back to perform for music? Well, I like the sound of this one, Peter, a lot.
It's going to be great.
Well, great. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
It was great to see you.
You too.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.